And what I'm trying to do is bring an audience with me. People who hate me, fine. People who like me, fine. People who agree with me sometimes and don't. And what I avoid doing is talking about what I think, believe, know, have seen, have experienced a lot, because it's too dark and it's so horrid that um, almost you lose everyone, because almost if it's true, it's so awful, you can't imagine it. So I don't go here often, but to just sort of glimpse to the dark side, which is, in my personal opinion, that COVID lockdowns and COVID itself, actually, in terms of how it was manifest in the media. And I'm not saying there wasn't a terrible situation, and I'm not saying lots of people didn't get very, very sick and die. They did. But the way it was manifest, I believe, was all about testing the levers of control. And the powerful across the planet got to see which levers worked best. So it was like testing the levers, like if you imagine driving a tractor that has lots of levers, or a digger. That's how it went. And you tested this lever and it did that. Okay. You tested this lever and it did that. And now we can use those levers to control people according to how governments, or rather global organizations, wish. So internalizing the problems into people's homes, that worked brilliantly. Clapping on doorsteps, genius. Taking Ukrainian refugees into your own homes, personalize it to people on their doorstep, that worked great. And there'll be something about this driving restriction, climate lockdown, that will be personalized into people's homes. Maybe it will be a sort of measure of how many times you've kept within your distancing, smart meters for your own traveling. How many times have you used your 15-minute, limits this week? They will bring it into your homes like the way they do with the smart meters. Compliance, pushing this idea that if you're compliant, you follow the rules, you do what you're told, your life becomes easier. But if you disobey, if you break the rules, we're going to crush you. So in the same way that maybe a Tommy or a me needed to be crushed, or a Belfield, crush you to the point of taking everything you have and making it so that your life becomes unlivable. Crush people who disobey to teach others a lesson that compliance is the only way that you're going to get through this. Make people enjoy small worlds. Reward small behavior, small thinking. 15 minutes. Stay within your zones. Yeah, just wear your pajamas all day. Don't even bother going out. The government will give you everything you need if you just stay inside, stay on your screens, stay locked down, get smart. Don't try and go out. And people who made effort, who made endeavor, who adventured, who want to take risks, people who will throw themselves off a mountain or out of a plane, or will risk their home to make a business work, employ people even though it's a pain in the ass, crush them down. Make it such that their life is so punitive, they get not only to the point of wondering why they bother, which we all get to, but just thinking, God, I don't think I can do this anymore. And those are the levers of power that were tested during COVID lockdowns and can be applied magnificently in the darkest way to the new climate lockdowns, which you're not allowed to call climate lockdowns already. I so absolutely anticipate this will have a warning on it if it's even left up. And very soon, instead of the COVID information you'll be required to read, it will be climate information you'll be required to read, and this will become misinformation. So that's where we're headed. 15-minute lives, taking away your very freedom to just go where you want and how you please, focusing on the minutiae so that you lose that sense of questioning what this is all about. And most importantly, making it so that small people, ordinary people, just become data banks living in high-rise houses above public transport systems, and are curtailed in their every living moment to what they're allowed to do, where they're allowed to go, who they're allowed to talk to, so that unnecessary consumers, the ordinary people, are shrunk away until they are at a necessary number for the data that can be garnered from them. Like I said, that's the dark side. But top level at the moment, two important things. Number one is every time you, and this is in life generally, but when you feel minutiae, and I get this feeling very quickly, particularly at airports,